Right, so hopefully now you're nice and warm, okay? If you want to do some other things, push-ups and things, then do that as well if you like, okay? So what we're going to do, start with left leg forward, hands up. Remember with this stance, you need to be relaxed, okay? Some people are stiff. And if you're too stiff when you're moving about here, you're using up so much energy, so much energy. You need to be relaxed when you do this, okay? Relaxed in your shoulders all the way through. So hands up, round by your eyebrow line. What we're going to do, we're just going to throw out a jab. Nice and simple jab, and come back. Remember with a jab, you don't want to have your fingers loose when you jab. Sometimes you'll see it, and people jab like this. Do the side here, and the fingers open. If you do that, you're going to break your fingers. Make sure that you clench your fist, wrap your finger around. Not like this, with the thumb inside, because it'll pop the thumb. Believe it or not, I've seen people try to do that, and you're like, have to stop them. No, don't do that, it hurts yourself. So here. Hear that popping sound? I don't really fancy putting thumbs back in. It makes me feel a bit queasy, actually. So make sure your hands are closed. Nice and relaxed, moderately flexed in your hips. Not too stiff, nice and relaxed. So what we're going to do, throw that jab out, and we're going to come back. Nice and simple. Jab, come back. What I want you to do is move that front leg. But you don't jab at the same time as your front leg's going out. Move your front leg, the left leg moves forward, you plant, then you put the left hand out. There. There. The reason you do it here, as it lands, and throw the punch, is because if you throw it, before you land, you're not going to get any power in it. There. 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 Notice how my guard is. Up round on my eyebrow lines, nice and relaxed in the shoulders. Here. Some of you might want to get this motion in, but left to right. Okay, there. The reason I'm going left to right is I'm evading potentially any punches coming at me with what I class as these window wipers. Okay, so if you're here and you're moving, jab and back. You've got that cover always. So jab. What I want you to do is just do 10 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can do this way as well. Come that way, do 10 that way as well. It's totally up to you. But all we're doing is throwing that jab. Now we're going to work off that jab to put something else in. So what we're going to do, we might as well start with upper body. So what we'll do, we're going to use an elbow strike, okay? So you set it up with a jab here, and you can step through with an elbow. Here, jab, get your range, elbow. As I said before, it's about finding your range. If you're here with that jab, you're finding your range, step through, elbow. Jab, move forward a little bit, and you step through the elbow. So again, we're going to do that between 5 to 10 times. Okay, like for this video, I'm going to do it 5 times. So jab, elbow. Notice where my hands are, notice where I finish, where I start. Jab, comes back, elbow, back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, from this way, if we can turn, for those of you that want to do this, just swing that back leg round. Okay, again the stance is there. Jab, step through, elbow. Again, you can do the other leg as well. So this time, jab. So again, jab from that side, step through the elbow. Get that range, jab, step through, elbow. Again, I'll do 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to here, remember, swing that back leg round. 5 that side as well. So again, here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With these techniques, remember not to rush yourself. Rushing yourself can always sort of lead to you making mistakes. Okay, we're all human, we all make mistakes, but try your best to get that sort of combination going. So that jab and that elbow. What we're going to look at now is what else we can settle from that. So jab, yeah, we're going to focus on elbows to start with, remember, above the bottom, above this, then we'll work on the legs. So here, this time, and you're going to step through to there. Notice that I'm stepping through. The reason why I'm stepping through, if I'm static and I throw a jab here and there, it would need my opponent to be coming on to me for this to work. Okay? Here, I'm actively chasing a person, I'm trying to chase them down. Here, there. It's good if you can get them into the corner of the ring, either corners or on the ropes for this. So again, jab, step through the elbow. My feet always plant before you throw, step through. Step through, bring that elbow up, come back. Always protect your face with your hands, okay? So you've thrown a really fantastic technique, stay in there, going, wow, look what I've done, bang. Hands always got to be up. So here, there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can go, I've done sideways motion there, so you could go to there, or with this one, you could, for those of you that want to try it a little bit more advanced, would be jab, as it's coming back through, you're stepping backwards with the elbow. Okay, so here, jab, they're coming through, and all you're doing is you're stepping back. So not only do you have now this one you can do on either side, but you've got this one, step back to there. So we do 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, making sure when you do this, when you do any elbow to start with, you'll come square. Make sure when you're coming back off that, then coming side on. The reason back for that is minimal target. If you stand square, all this is open. So when you're here, jab, okay, so from that jab, step back, and elbow. I'm side on more. I'm not going to go square, I'm come a little bit more side on. Again, do 5 of each one of those, then we'll move on to the next one. Just had a very, very interesting conversation with GMV. He sort of said, well, what about throwing the jab and throwing an elbow off the same? Because again, what I was talking about being square on, you're side on, so therefore you become a minimal target. So, jab, elbow. This, you could do quite nicely, you know, from jab, elbow from the same. Jab, elbow. Again, come to the side here, jab, elbow. If you want to swap legs, jab, elbow, you come back. Notice that my back hand's up all the time. Swing around there, jab, elbow. For me, this one would be great if I'm thinking about it. If you do that jab, and I've got a good guard, you're still covered here and you're still side on. Now, if you hit the guard, and that's more solid, you could come into a clinch from that. Same hand. If we do, and we recognise clinch work, you've got to remember from here to there. Now, some of you guys know full well from when you do this on each other, that if you were to hit the arms here, it's a solid thing. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you might sweep it out of the way and be able to come through that elbow, sweep it out of the way, maybe come back. But more likely, the jab will come through, elbow may not move the person, and you've got that clinch. And always remember, for those of you that aren't so much who favour clinch work, always remember, from that jab, and that elbow, the clinch will start with the hand or the arm that's forward from the leg. Reason being, if you look at my backhand, it's a longer distance for me to travel for a clinch to there than it would be for there. So, jab, elbow from the same hand. I mean, if you think about throwing a double jab, it's like the same thing with that elbow, okay? So if you do 5, now this would be more of an interesting one. Let's see if we can do this, okay? Make it a bit more of a challenge for you. So what we're going to do 3 off this way. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to swap legs. 1, 2, 3. Come back. If you wanted to make it even more difficult, I suppose 1, 2, do double jab, come back, 1, 2, come back again. So you're constantly moving backwards. As you notice, I'm now coming out of, I'm going back all over there. It depends on how your body naturally moves and the way we fight. Some people like to protect, so they're nice and close. Other people like to expose themselves to see what the other person's going to do. It's kind of like almost someone taking a nibble. I mean, some fish do this. I'm now sort of trying my best to link this to fish. There was a fish in the sea that allows a predator to take little bites out of it. But this fish is actually more of a predator than the other fish. So I sit there, bite, 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 and then suddenly that'll snap closed, and then the prey item gets devoured, gets eaten. Similarly, some fighters will stand there. This isn't recommended for everybody. Some people like it. Where they take a little bit of damage, see what's there, and open up with a move that is more aggressive. So that depends on the person entirely, I guess. Me personally, a little bit of protection here, fantastic. Keep yourselves all safe and secure. But then again, that would depend on the person who was fighting and how you fight yourself. So you can adapt this to any style, what you want, however you want to play with it, I guess. So that's that one. Jab, elbow from the same hand. We had the jab, elbow from the back that way, and jab there. Always turn this way, do the same. Other leg, same that way. Then doing things backwards as well, just to help out. Yeah, jab that way, jab, step back, elbow, jab. I suppose you could turn that into a back elbow from there if you really want to play with it. So jab, step back, person comes on, and bring it back. You've still got your front hand protecting. So if they throw a jab at you, here, you can then come back there. So I want you to play with those, see what you think. If you have any comments or you want to see something else, get in touch with us, you know. At the end of the day, this is for you. The reason I'm here and the reason why GMV and Maisie are here doing this is for you guys. Okay, we want you to get the most out of the video, okay? So please let us know, that'd be fantastic.